Money speaks volume, even when you are trying to hide it. But when you don't have it, people also know. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Merit Victory TV. You are highly welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you very much for stopping by. My OGs, you are highly welcome. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, you are highly welcome. Please consider subscribing. And if you have been watching for a very long time now without subscribing, please, this is an opportunity for you to click that subscribe button and put on the post notification so that you'll be the first to know each time I post a new video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about being broke. Yes, most people are broke this period because the economy is not smiling, and I want to talk about it. Being broke is not a death sentence. It's not a time to be ashamed. It's not a time to question yourself or look down on yourself. And someone is broke is not a time for you to look down on that person. It can be you. It can be any. Being broke is not a death sentence. That's what I want to tell you in this video. It's not something that you should be feeling too bad about. Rather, it's a time for you to reset and reflect, re-strategize and reflect on your past behavior, your past lifestyle, your activities, and map out a new strategy to face the future and rectify yourself or redeem yourself from that brokenness. So without wasting much of time, let's dive into this video. So we are going to be talking about what you should not do when you are broke. Yes, there's so many things you shouldn't be doing when you are broke. Broke is can lead to so many things if not well managed. So that's why I decided to talk about it in this video. If people do not manage being broke very well, it can lead to so many things that we know about. It can lead to fraud, it can lead to depression, it can lead to committing suicide, it can lead to being unnecessary violent, it can lead to unnecessary, getting into things that you never planned of doing. So without on the way, let's talk about things that you shouldn't be doing when you're broke. It's not a time for you to be struggling to keep up appearances, to meet up with people's expectation. Forget about people's expectation. If you're broke, just realize, settle in your mind that there's so many things that you can't keep up with. There's so many things you cannot do again financially. So when you come to terms with that realization that there are some things you cannot do for yourself, be happy with it. Don't try to force yourself to live up to people's expectation of you, because you don't have the resources, you don't have what it takes to live up to their expectation anymore, which you shouldn't be doing in the first place, even if you are buoyant enough. So this is number one thing you shouldn't be doing when you are broke. Struggling because now you don't have it, you are trying to put up appearances, you are trying to struggle to meet up what they expect from you or what their expectation of you is, so to live up to it. So you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't dare. You shouldn't try to do it when you are broke. Have peace that I can't do it now. Another thing you shouldn't do when you are broken is keep on borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. Yes, sometimes it can be hard to stop borrowing because you don't have any resources of your own. You don't have any finance or any money of your own. You keep on borrowing for one thing or the other. If you can do it, if you can endure, if you can manage, it's a time for you to deny yourself of some certain things that are not relevant, unless it's a matter of life and death or food. These are the things that can make you borrow. And if you know that maybe if you can manage what you have to cook to your standard or provide food for yourself according to your standard at that point in time, please do. Go ahead and do it. So try to avoid borrowing upon borrowing upon if you can. Avoid it. It's not the best thing, because why I say you should avoid it is because it's not that I'm insensitive. I know that it's not easy when you are broke not to borrow, but it keeps landing you into the same problem you're trying to run away from. Because the whole idea is to take yourself away from or bring yourself out from that brokenness, bring yourself out from that financial state, and you borrowing and borrowing and borrowing will keep you in that state for a very long time, for a longer time. So to shorten the length of your coming out from that brokenness, try as much as possible to avoid borrowing upon borrowing. You know what I mean? That too much borrowing. It's not like you won't borrow at all, but borrowing, keep on borrowing and borrowing and borrowing will land you into a more serious problem. Another thing you are not supposed to do when you are broke is bragging about what you don't have. Some people, when they lack financial resources, they now use their mouth to make up to what they don't have. It doesn't make 1 naira sense. It doesn't make sense at all. When you don't have money, it's not a license for you to be bragging about things you don't have or things you can't afford. So if you are broke, just have that peace that you now I can't afford this. Now I can't do this, but I can do it in the nearest future. Now I'm not in a financial state to do this. Now this is not the right time for me to do this. Master this kind of words, this kind of phrase. Or this is not time for me to do this. This is not the right time for me. In due time I will do it. Please, I cannot afford this now. Please keep hold on for me. I will do it later. Instead of bragging of what you don't have. Some people don't have money to pay their rent, but they are bragging about one duplex they are building somewhere. They are bragging about moving into a bigger space. They are bragging about, this place is nothing to compare to where I'm going to. They are bragging about some nonsense things that are not even necessary. So when you are broke, because when you are broke, you should be what you can't be broke and be proud at the same time. No, I'm no shade to people that are broke, please. You may be doing that and you don't know who is looking you, who is watching to help you, to assist you, and you're using your mouth to scare them away. And another thing that bragging can lead to you is that it can scare away your destiny helpers. People that are supposed to help you, people that are supposed to assist you, will not be hearing what is coming out from your mouth and say, this one itself needs to help us. We're the one that need these people, this person's help, not the other way around. You understand what I'm trying to say? And another thing is that when you are bragging too much, you are making mess of yourself, jest of yourself. Because money speaks for itself. When you are buoyant, people know. When you are buoyant, people know. I don't know. There's a way it speaks. Money speaks volume. Even when you are trying to hide it. But when you don't have it, people also know. So there's no need of bragging. People already know what you are, your financial worth per time. So doing that is like ridiculing yourself, making mockery of yourself. And I will not advise that. When you are broke, it's time for you to keep your mouth shut. I'm not saying telling everybody I'm broke. No. Keep your mouth shut and learn to use the right words. Please, I can't do this now. I'll do it later. I'm not financially okay right now to do this. Just keep it aside. Still do it. You can do it with confidence. You can do it in a demure way. Without coming off as somebody that is broke or something. But you don't need to start building skyscraper with your mouth when you don't even have up to 10,000 naira in your account. It doesn't make sense at all. And it's not being truthful. And you know that not being truthful is not a good character. It's not a good character trait. Another thing you shouldn't be doing is, when you are broke, is not to get involved in illegitimate activities. Yes, please, we shouldn't conclude this video without mentioning this. When you are broke, it's not the time for you to get yourself involved in illegal businesses. I don't want to mention names. Whatever illegal businesses please, it's not the time for you to involve yourself into it. Please try to be upright. I've seen so many people that used to be very upright misbehave when they are not financially capable anymore. They engage themselves involved in things that ordinarily you wouldn't have seen them or catch them doing it because they are broke. Please guide your mind, guide your spirit, guide yourself, guide your heart, so that you don't. This season is a season. Being broke is a season in some people's life. That you are broke today does not mean you are going to be broke forever. That you are broke today does not mean that you will not be the one to be helping people with financial substances tomorrow. So it's a phase in someone's life. Just calm yourself down, be happy with where you are, and make sure that it doesn't lead you into something that you regret tomorrow, or something that will damage your reputation, or something that will affect another person tomorrow. So please guide your heart, guide your spirit, guide your association, so that you will not be tempted to get into something that will not be right for you to do. Another thing you shouldn't be doing when you are broke is expecting so many people to respect you. In this age and time, people respect money a lot. People respect what they can see. So when they see you, they don't see that richness aura around you. You don't have financial capacity to do some certain things. And like I told you, money speaks volume even when you're not speaking. And the same way, being broke also speaks volume even when you're not speaking. Most times people can know when you have it and when you don't have it. So when the people find out that you don't have it at that point in time, some people don't give you your due respect. Yes, that is the world we are living in. It's bad, but that's the world we are living into. So the earlier you prepare your mind, you come to terms, you come to realization that, okay, this is how it is. I don't expect much. Your expectation of respect from people is below average. You'll be happy with yourself. But when you still hang on to that, this person must respect me, this person must, you'll be frustrated. So to save yourself from that frustration that comes with being broke and people respecting you, it's better you keep your mind at whoever respects me. If you respect me, fine. If you don't respect me, it's also okay. It's just for a while. So this is for you to prepare your mind, for you to be at peace, for your mental health. This is for your mental health. Whether you respect me or not, it doesn't matter. What matters now is how I'm going to get myself from this financial state that I found myself into a better financial, level or state. That is the most important thing. Whether they respect you or they don't respect you, the most important thing is for you to try and fix what has already been broken that led you to that financial state, and for you to get yourself plan and re-strategize on how to put in effort to come out of that financial state that you find yourself, not paying much attention whether Mr. A, Mrs. B, Mrs. C, Mr. B, Mr. D gives you a due respect. If you are relying on that, you are going to be depressed. It's going to mess up with your mental health. So for you to be in a better mental space, don't have much expectation on how people respect you, because it's going to come. When people sense that you don't have much financial capacity, respect they have to use. People that used to have respect for you, they start withdrawing it bit by bit. Some people will rubbish the one they will put it into the toilet and flush it away. So settle in your mind that it doesn't matter who respects and who doesn't respect. It will help your mental health. Another thing you are not supposed to do when you're broke, it's not a time for you to start feeling sorry or pity for yourself or start looking for pity party. No, it's not a time for it. It's a time for you to reflect, like I mentioned earlier. It's a time of reflection. It's a time of learning and unlearning. It's a time, because sometimes we find ourselves in a financial state because of our previous lifestyle or activities that we have gotten ourselves involved into. So when you find yourself being broke, it's a time for you to go back and find out, where did I get it wrong? Is it a fault of mine? Is it because of my lifestyle? Is it because of my financial decisions? Is it because I'm not putting in the work? Is it because there are one thing or the other that might lead to it? It's fine for us to reflect on it. It's fine for us to learn, educate ourselves on the best financial move to take, on how to improve our finances, on how to save, on how to budget, on how to save, on the kind of lifestyle to live to save us our monies. That energy that you put into looking for people to pity you, or the energy that you put into pitying yourself, channel that energy towards learning or reflecting on your past experiences or your past activities that landed you into the bad financial state that you find yourself or your current. Know what brought you to where you're coming from, and know where you're going to. When you know these things, it is easier for you to fix yourself back to where you want to be. So don't dwell too much on I'm broke, I'm broke. It's not a lifetime thing. Something can change immediately and you come out from that state. So financial stress, when you are not financially okay, when you are financially incapacitated, it's not a time for you to start feeling sorry, being too many angry, start looking for people to pity you, start feeling like the end has come. The end has not come. It's just a phase in life. You go through it and you pass through it, and you use it to educate people in the past, because you already have an experience. You can talk to people and say, okay, this is how I found myself in this kind of financial mess, and this is how I cleared the mess. It's a life. It's a teaching. It's a kind of knowledge that will be useful for you in the future and useful to some people around you in the future, because you have already gone through it and you can easily advise someone on what to do if someone finds himself or herself in that state around you. So please don't feel very bad when you are broke, and learn to manage that financial state that you have found yourself, and don't see it as the end of you. See it as a phase that you need to pass through to get to where you want to be. So with that being said, I will say thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you for always coming back. My new subscribers, thank you very much for joining the family. And if you have not subscribed, please kindly hit that subscribe button and put on your post notification so that you'll be the first to know each time I post a new video. In our next video, we'll be talking about what to do when you are broke. Being broke is when you are not financially capable to pay your bills, to do things that you need to do with finance, to do with things you need to do with money. So thank you very much for joining me for today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, and take good care of yourself.